Tonight, an apparent rift within Israel. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu seems to be publicly at odds with his own military's leadership over the central premise of the war: eliminate Hamas. It's a promise Netanyahu has made to Israelis for 8 months.
Tonight, I want to speak to you about total victory.
But now, the chief IDF spokesman, Daniel Hagari, contradicting the prime minister on Israel's Channel 13.
מי שחושב שאנחנו יכולים להעלים את חמאס, הוא טועה. שאפשר להשמיד את חמאס. להעלים את חמאס זה פשוט לזרוע חול בעיני הציבור.
Hagari also calling out Netanyahu's lack of a plan for who will govern Gaza after the war, saying, if we do not bring something else to Gaza, we'll end up with Hamas. Netanyahu bluntly pushing back, his office saying, of course the IDF is committed to destroying Hamas's ability to attack or to govern ever again. With Israeli troops already stretched thin, Netanyahu and his military are also clashing over exemptions from military service for ultra-Orthodox, something Netanyahu's far-right governing partners are demanding he keep. How unusual is it for the Israeli military to be publicly contradicting the prime minister?
I've been doing this, I think, for 4 decades. I don't think I've ever seen it before. More and more people from within the IDF are letting their views be known about concerns they have about what the current strategy is, or to be more precise, what they see as a lack of a strategy.
Already, Netanyahu has disbanded his war cabinet after 2 of its members, including opposition leader Benny Gantz, walked out. Gantz accusing Netanyahu of making fake crises that helped Iran and hurt Israel's ties with the U.S., the country's most important ally. And this week, a new and very public rift with the Biden administration, Netanyahu blasting the White House over aid shipments he says are drying up.
It's inconceivable that in the past few months, the administration has been withholding weapons and ammunition to Israel.
We generally do not know what he's talking about. We just don't.
In Israel, Netanyahu also under intense pressure from the public. Protesters raging in the streets and outside his residence, blaming Netanyahu for failing to reach a deal to bring home the remaining hostages.
We want a new election. We want a government that works for the people, that is trying to bring the hostages back and to find a conclusion to this war against Hamas.
The brother of hostage Naama Levy telling NBC News he's disappointed and mad.
I have expectations from my government. I think they should have been able to seal a deal a long time ago.
And Josh Lederman joins us now. Josh, all of this is coming as Israel would be facing, or could be facing, rather, this war on 2 fronts. Talk to us about what is going on the northern border as it relates to Lebanon and Hezbollah, and also the latest inside of Gaza.
Yeah, there's been renewed fighting between Israel and Hezbollah in Lebanon, Ellison, and both sides are really ramping up the threats as well. Hassan Nasrallah, the chief of Hezbollah, has been saying that if there were a war to break out, that no part of Israel would be safe. He has been saying that Hezbollah has new types of weapons and drones that Israel doesn't even know about, and he has even shown off drone footage from a Hezbollah drone that shows parts of the Israeli city of Haifa, which is deep into Israel. And the Israeli top diplomat, in the meantime, has been saying that these kinds of threats to Israel's safety cannot continue, and that Israel is preparing to make the necessary decisions about how to respond.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app, or follow us on social media.